The sun was setting over a small village, casting a warm orange glow over the thatched roofs of the cottages. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming cherry blossoms and the soft chirping of crickets. In a small cottage, a young girl named Luna was sitting by the window, watching the stars twinkle to life in the night sky. Her grandmother, Akira, was sitting beside her, gently combing out Luna's long, dark hair. "Tonight, Luna, I will tell you a story about star money," Akira said, her voice soft and soothing. Luna's eyes sparkled with excitement as she leaned back into the gentle strokes of the comb. Akira smiled, remembering when she was a little girl and her own grandmother used to tell her the same story. As the stars shone brighter in the sky, Akira began to speak. In a faraway land, there was a magical place where the stars rained down money. It was called the Star Money Forest, and people would travel from all around to catch the falling stars and collect the money. Luna's eyes grew wide with wonder, imagining the glittering stars and the sound of clinking coins. Akira continued, "The Star Money Forest was a beautiful place, filled with tall trees that sparkled like diamonds and a soft, silvery mist that rose from the ground. The air was filled with the sweet scent of honey and the gentle hum of bees." As Akira spoke, the room grew quieter, and the only sound was the soft ticking of a clock in the corner. Luna snuggled deeper into her blanket, feeling the softness of the fabric and the warmth of the cottage. She looked up at Akira, who was smiling at her with kind eyes. "Tell me more, Grandma," Luna said, her voice barely above a whisper. Akira's hands paused in mid-air, and she looked out the window at the stars. "The story is just beginning, little one," she said. "Would you like to hear more about the people who went to the Star Money Forest to collect the falling stars?" As Akira waited for Luna's response, the room fell silent, filled only with the sound of crickets and the distant hooting of an owl. The stars shone brighter in the sky, and the moon began to rise, casting a silver glow over the village. Luna nodded, her eyes shining with excitement, and Akira began to speak again, her voice weaving a gentle spell of wonder and enchantment. The fire in the hearth crackled softly, casting a warm glow over the room. Akira's voice was like a gentle stream, flowing smoothly and peacefully. Luna felt her eyelids growing heavy, but she was determined to hear more about the Star Money Forest. She sat up straight, her eyes fixed on Akira's face, and listened as the story unfolded. Akira told Luna about the people who lived in the village at the edge of the Star Money Forest. They were kind and gentle, living in harmony with nature. They would venture into the forest to collect the falling stars, and use the money to buy food and supplies for the winter. Luna's imagination was filled with pictures of the villagers, walking through the forest, looking up at the stars and catching the falling money. As the night wore on, the room grew quieter, and the only sound was Akira's soft voice, telling the story of the Star Money Forest. Luna felt herself becoming a part of the story, walking alongside the villagers, feeling the soft mist on her face and the sparkle of the diamonds in the trees. She was no longer in her cottage, but in the magical world of the Star Money Forest, where anything was possible. As Luna walked alongside the villagers in her imagination, she noticed the way they moved quietly, not wanting to disturb the forest. They wore soft shoes made of deerskin, and their clothes were woven from the fibers of the silkiest plants. The villagers carried baskets made of woven reeds, and they would gently catch the falling stars and place them in their baskets. Akira's voice continued to weave the spell, and Luna felt herself becoming one of the villagers, carrying a basket and walking through the forest. The trees towered above her, their branches swaying gently in the breeze, and the sound of their leaves rustling was like a soft whisper. The air was filled with the sweet scent of blooming flowers, and Luna felt the soft petals brushing against her skin. As she walked, Luna noticed a figure in the distance. It was an old man, dressed in a long, flowing cloak, and he carried a staff made of a polished wooden branch. He walked slowly, his eyes fixed on the ground, and Luna felt a sense of curiosity about him. Akira's voice whispered in her ear, this was the wise old man of the village, who had lived in the Star Money Forest for many years. He knew the secrets of the forest, and he could hear the whispers of the trees. Luna felt a sense of wonder as she watched the old man, and she felt drawn to him, as if he held the key to a great mystery. The old man looked up, and his eyes met Luna's, and she felt a sense of connection, as if he could see into her very soul. The old man began to walk towards Luna, his staff tapping gently on the ground. As he approached, Luna noticed the way his eyes twinkled, like the stars in the sky. He smiled, and his face creased with wrinkles, and Luna felt a sense of warmth and kindness emanating from him. "Welcome, young one," he said, his voice like a gentle breeze. "I have been waiting for you. My name is Kito, and I have been watching you from afar. You have a sense of wonder and curiosity, and I sense that you are meant to receive a special gift from the Star Money Forest." Luna felt a sense of excitement, and she wondered what the gift could be. Kito reached into his cloak and pulled out a small, delicate box made of a polished wooden branch. "This is a gift from the forest," he said. "It contains a special star, one that will guide you on your journey and fill your heart with wonder and magic." As Kato handed Luna the box, she felt a sense of gratitude and wonder. She opened the box, and inside, she found a small, shimmering star. It sparkled and shone, filling her heart with a sense of joy and magic. Akira's voice whispered in her ear, the star was a symbol of the magic of the Star Money Forest, and it would guide Luna on her journey, reminding her of the wonder and enchantment of the world. Luna felt herself becoming a part of the forest, connected to the trees, the creatures, and the magic that lived there. She felt a sense of peace and contentment, and her eyelids began to grow heavy, as if the gentle rhythm of Akira's voice was lulling her to sleep. The room grew quieter, and the only sound was the soft crackling of the fire, and the distant hooting of an owl. Luna felt herself drifting off, carried by the gentle current of the story, into a world of dreams and wonder. Luna's eyes slowly closed, and she felt the weight of her body sinking into the soft earth. The star in her hand began to glow softly, filling her with a sense of calm and tranquility. Kato's voice whispered in her ear, "Sleep now, young one, and let the magic of the forest guide you." The sound of his voice was like a gentle stream, flowing smoothly and quietly. Luna felt her breath slowing down, and her heart beating calmly. As she drifted off to sleep, the forest around her grew quieter. The trees stopped swaying, and the creatures ceased their gentle chirping. The wind died down, and the only sound was the soft rustling of leaves. The moon, now high in the sky, cast a silver glow over the forest, illuminating the peaceful scene. Akira's voice was no longer whispering in Luna's ear, but she could still feel the warmth of her presence. Kato gently took the box from Luna's hand and placed it back in his cloak. He smiled, and his eyes twinkled with kindness. He looked up at the moon and said, "The time for sleep has come. May the magic of the forest guide you, young one." As he spoke, the forest grew darker, and the shadows deepened. The stars twinkled like diamonds in the sky, and the world became still and quiet. The fire that had been crackling in the distance slowly died down, leaving only a few embers glowing softly. The owl that had been hooting in the distance fell silent, and the only sound was the quiet breathing of the forest. Luna's body became completely still, and her chest rose and fell with a slow, peaceful rhythm. Kaito stood watch over her, his eyes closed, and his staff leaning against a nearby tree. The forest was now a place of deep silence and peace. The trees stood like sentinels, guarding the sleep of the young girl. The creatures of the forest were all tucked away in their cozy nests, dreaming of the wonders of the Star Money Forest. The moon continued to shine down, casting a gentle glow over the scene. The star that Luna had held in her hand now shone softly in her dreams, guiding her on a journey through a world of wonder and magic. As the night wore on, the forest grew quieter and quieter. The shadows deepened, and the darkness became almost palpable. But it was a peaceful darkness, filled with the scent of blooming flowers and the soft glow of the moon. Luna's sleep was deep and restful, filled with visions of the forest and its magic. Kaito stood watch over her, his presence a reminder of the wonder and enchantment of the world. The night slowly came to a close, and the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon. The forest was still and quiet, the only sound the soft breathing of the trees. Luna's body was completely relaxed, her face peaceful and calm. The star in her dreams continued to shine, guiding her on a journey through a world of wonder and magic. And as the dawn broke, the forest was bathed in a soft, golden light, filling the world with a sense of peace and tranquility.